Well, guys, welcome back to the Nest. Finally, we are reviewing something real for once. Well, something live action for once. Tonight, we are going to be reviewing 1953's From Here to Eternity. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this film. It was beautiful. It was very ambitious, if I must say. For those of you who don't know what it's about, it takes place in the year 1941, the year Dumbo was released, and it's in Hawaii, and it is a big army base, and it tells the story of a soldier named Pruitt, Robert E. Lee Pruitt, and he has the job of being a bugle boy. I actually found out that the guy who played him actually got in proper character. Like, he took boxing lessons, he taught himself how to play the bugle. I tell you what, I play a cornet, so I don't know how it's going to work with the bugle, because there's no valves on that thing. Pruitt is a boxer, but he's too scared to fight anyone. His officers do offer him the opportunity to box, but since years prior he fought a friend and put him in a coma. The guy woke up fine, but he was permanently blinded, so Pruitt doesn't want to make that same mistake again. He decides to join this club, and he falls in love with this beautiful girl named Lorraine, and he really loves her, plans to marry her, but he has a best friend called Maggio. Maggio, played by the famous Frank Sinatra. I gotta say, I have listened to Frank Sinatra's songs. I think he's fantastic. However, one night, Maggio gets drunk, and he decides to fight with two police officers. However, he gets sent to the prison within the army base, and Fatso, the warden, who I do remember that Maggio and Fatso actually came into conflict before. He hit him over the head with a stool after he insulted his sister or something. I can't remember. It was something like that. But he hit him over the head with a stool. Fatso got a knife out. Warden stepped in, luckily. Put that knife down before someone gets hurt. Never wanted that to happen. I honestly thought they were going to come to blows, but luckily they didn't. Fatso was the one who took it too far, and in the actual prison, Fatso beat him so much that actually made Maggio escape whenever Warden and Pruitt were sitting on the road, drunk, and having a time of their lives just talking. I actually found out that whenever the two guys were actually filming this scene, Pruitt, the guy who played Pruitt, was actually drunk, but it turns out that sorry, my phone's going off there. It actually turned out that Warden, the guy who played Warden, was not. That's actually proper method acting there. Imagine just getting drunk and just filming a scene. In actuality, it turned out that Maggio had actually escaped, but he's been beaten by Fatso so much that it actually kills him, and I thought that was probably one of the most heartbreaking scenes I saw in this movie. I do feel sorry for Maggio. He deserved better. He just wanted to have a good time. You get in that ditch and you hide. I really like to see how one of the reasons why I love this movie is that Maggio actually gets avenged by Pruitt. They meet in an alleyway, the knife fight. I honestly was so scared that Fatso was going to win that fight, because it was such a sad movie in the end. But looks like, as usual, I was proven wrong. But Pruitt obviously got serious injuries, and he managed to get home to Lorraine. Another part of the storyline is Warden is having an affair with Holmes's wife. Oh, well, Karen. Such a popular name, Karen. I really loved the scene on the beach, the romance and everything, but in the end, I didn't like how they ended their relationship. He doesn't want to be an officer. You can't force him into it. But at least he still cared about her whenever he finished. That's one thing I loved about it. I'm sorry, but it's just I'm not used to reviewing these army movies, but This is the first time we've done this, reviewing an army movie. There will be more to come. Maybe if I watch more, I'll get a wee bit more used to it. It turns out that Frank Sinatra and the guy who played Pruitt were actually really, really close in real life when they were filming this. Musicians and actors and they all got to stay together. They're your friends at the end of the day. I do know whenever you go into the industry, you do meet a lot of idiots, people you don't get on with, but let's not get into that. I actually found out that in real life, Karen and Warden were actually romantically linked together, that they actually had a proper relationship going on. In the end, Pruitt actually tried to help his army base. He really wanted to prove himself because of the attack on Pearl Harbor, but he should have just halted. He was one stubborn man. He always showed his initiative, like during that fight. He actually had to punch in the end. I like how everyone took his side because Galovich started that fight. He wouldn't take my order. Yeah, well, if you want to order someone, you're not even an officer. You're just a fellow soldier. He stood in his hand. He was giving him enough crap. He made him clean up after him. That's one thing. He's probably the character I hate the most in From Here to Eternity, Galovich. It was very sad seeing Pruitt get shot in the end. He was such a hard head. He could have done something. I actually think he really would have helped if he didn't get shot. The ending, though, I thought was a bit disappointing because Lorraine and Karen are coincidentally talking about the same men. Well, no, they're coincidentally on the same boat and they talk about the men they were with. Lorraine just completely lied about what Pruitt did. He didn't have a gold star, first of all, and he didn't die serving Pearl Harbor. He was going to, but he just got shot immediately. But the Karen, Robert E. Lee Pruitt, such a silly name. Such a silly name indeed. The things I loved about this movie was the romance, the chemistry between Pruitt and Maggio, the intensity of the film, the violent scenes where, I love the fighting. I love the friendship that was going on throughout the whole movie. I just love how everyone cared about each other because that's what you need. That's what you need in a movie. If you're in a tough place, there will always be those who care about you. I don't know. The army does look very tough, but who knows? You might make something of yourself there. I don't know. I'm sorry this is a wee bit short. It's very hard for me to review something like this because we haven't watched a live action movie in a long time. In the next review, it is going to be something animated. Maybe I'll have something to talk a wee bit about there. But I am going to be putting in a lot more live action films. I promise you that. But I just don't want people judging me on this one because I don't want to be disappointing you guys. I don't want you guys thinking I don't know what to say because I do really want to see this channel grow. I want to give something to this channel. I want to, I just want to make people happy doing this. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next review. Don't forget to leave a like, comment what you want to see next. Do subscribe. And in the meantime, and before I go, I found out that I'm actually going to be getting an Xbox Series S for Christmas, so maybe on this channel there'll be some gaming involved. We just don't know yet, but do keep your eye on the channel and have a look. I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Love you all to death.